Hey girl, hey, how are you guys? I hope you're doing amazing. It's Colleen Gallagher with Colleen Gallagher International, and I'm so excited. I'm so thrilled because today is Wednesday, February 8th, obviously. And oh my gosh, hi guys, how are you, Andrew? How are you? When you guys say hello, let me know that you're tuning in. Obviously, if you're watching the replay, say hashtag replay. Anna, you're here. I love you. How are you? Edward, so when you guys join, and I'm on two platforms, so if you see two devices. So if you see my eyes moving between two, that would be why. But anyway, first, say hello. Let me know that you're tuning in. Let me know where you're tuning in from. My name is Colleen. If you've never met me, I have an online coaching and education company. I'm an author, and my deepest passion in this life is to support people in creating relationships and lives they love. So I wanted to, howdy, Edward, I love that. Are you in Texas? Because you said howdy. Anna, I think you're still in LA, right? Or did you already go to Tennessee? And then Carlo, I think you're in the East Coast. See, Arndula, I forget. Florida. Okay, I knew it was the South, Edward. I was like, I knew it was somewhere. That's amazing. Um, and Yossi, if you're still on, I think you're in Calabasas, right? So anyway, let me know you're tuning in. If you're watching the replay, obviously always, always, always say hashtag replay because I'm just so passionate about connecting with you guys. And I built my business on social media because I was so passionate about communicating and sharing and coaching and mentorship. And I wanted to be able to travel the world. One of my guiding principles in life is freedom. And so I had to figure out a way to build a business and build a life where, one, I wasn't in therapy, so I wasn't confined to just a state because I wanted to influence and impact millions of people. We're now at 80,000 people, and I have my podcast, the Colleen Gallagher Podcast. If you have not listened to it, please go subscribe on Spotify or Apple, the Colleen Gallagher Podcast. Jenny Jackson is on! Oh my God, Jenny, what is happening? I'm so excited. Okay, so anyway, my podcast has been in 70 countries. We have an 80,000 person community through all of my social medias, and Anna's gonna be in Tennessee in a week. I should connect you to Anna and Jenny. Jenny and Anna are both amazing. I think she's going to Nashville too. So anyway, but I wanted to come on this morning because I was really passionate. I had a lot of things going through my mind, and especially as we're entering February, we're almost at Valentine's Day, Galentine's Day, whatever kind of relationship you're in. But I wanted to come on and just talk about this notion of pleasure and this notion of making your life pleasurable, making your life enjoyable, making your life something that you're excited to be about. I can't wait to see you either. I know. Making your life something that you're excited about, having amazing friendships, having amazing clients, having amazing allies. And so I wanted to just talk about how often in life we go through painful experiences. Part of this life is a green. I talk about in my third book, which is this yellow one, An Uncompromised Life. I talk about like when we chose to incarnate or when we chose to come here in this life, like we have agreed that painful things are going to happen to us. Dramatic things are going to happen to us. People that we love, people that we trusted, family, we're going to at times feel like betrayed, or we're going to feel like lost in trust, or we're going to wonder like, why is my life turning out the way that it is? And these, I don't know, twists and turns that happen in life where we experience deep pain and we maybe are shameful to communicate about it. So we keep it harbored within us. We keep these stories, we keep these experiences inside of us, living within us. And we try to find all these ways to cope with different painful experiences that happen. Like I said, like breakups or betrayals or loss of a friendship, loss of family. And we find these different mechanisms, whether it be obsessive dating, obsessive drinking, putting all of our effort into a career that's not really what we're meant to do. Like we do all these things to mask our pain. And we do all these things to then live a life in a lot of ways where we have money, whether that's multiple six figures, multiple seven figures. I've coached people with both paradigms. But on the inside, we're still deeply unhappy. We're still craving for something more. We're still reaching for like that authentic pleasure, I guess, in life, like that authentic way to feel like we can be who we are in this world and know that we're accepted and know that we're loved and know that we're cared for. And so I wanted to come on because I don't know about you guys. I just learned from my friend Bonnie. This is going to help a lot. But last night I could not sleep at all. I was like up. I was wired. Had so much that was coming through me. And I wanted to really talk about this because I think it's easy for a lot of people to look at my life, especially in the online world, and the way that I intentionally design my image, the way I intentionally design my beauty, the way I intentionally design my content, to think that my life is like always perfect, or to think that I'm always positive, or think that I'm always happy. James, how are you? And that I don't experience like everyday pains. But I wanted to really touch on this because the most beautiful thing in this life is being able to walk through this life with pain. So being able to go through betrayal, deep betrayal, being able to lose relationships, being able to grieve the loss of people that are in our lives, and know that we can return to a state of wholeness. We can return to a state of pleasure in a very short amount of time. And so I wanted to do this live, one, because I just felt really called for whoever is listening, that you're not alone. Whatever you're going through, whatever's happening, whatever you feel like you're struggling with, especially like a recession coming up, like you're not alone in feeling whatever you're feeling and whatever you're experiencing. And I also want you to know, on the duality of that, no one can, quote unquote, save you. No one can do the work for your pain to go away besides you. And I wanted to touch on this topic, I guess, pain and pleasure, the polarity, the contrast between them, because there was a time in my life that doesn't feel like, Carlo, how are you? There was a time in my life, and James, sorry, I just saw this. I'm in Liverpool, FC fan, you'll never walk alone. Yes, James, and this one is, what's it called? That conference, let me remember, the Education 2.0 conference for academia that was in Vegas last year. So I wanted to share with you guys, I wanted to talk with you guys just about knowing that this life is never going to be fully perfect. And it's okay to know that you're going to have pain. It's okay to know that bad things are going to happen, and to then learn how to alchemize as quickly as possible painful experiences, things that aren't going your way, so you can live with pleasure, because pleasure is your birthright. And there was a time in my life, it doesn't feel like it was that long ago, even though it maybe it does, that I've almost been doing this for half a decade now, 5 years. And there was a time in my life when I felt like I didn't know you could be happy. And a part of that was when I was doing this business. Like, a part of that was actually the third book, An Uncompromised Life. Like, when I was co-creating, I was an emotional codependent, and created an unhealthy relationship, with my part in it. And I felt like you had to walk through relationships. I felt like you had to walk through your career with pain, like this weight that was carried in you. Like, it felt like it was weighing you down. And I felt like there wasn't another way. And I didn't know, I felt like there was no other way than to walk this life through pain, that there was no other way but to feel like there was this weight in your chest that was going with you forward, and you never knew how to make it better. You never knew how to make it more pleasurable. You never knew how to be happy. Like, it felt like if someone didn't respond to me, or I was losing a relationship, that like the weight of that relationship carried so much that I almost couldn't produce. It was like there was like a rock inside of me, and I was pushing my body forward. And this is how I lived my life. I lived my life with this type of emotional pain that was almost debilitating. And so I wanted to come on today because I wanted to let you know that there is a point in your life, whether you see me online, hey Jordan, whether you see me online, or whether you see me online, whether you know me personally, but there was a time in my life when I didn't know pleasure was your birthright. I didn't know that you could make everything pleasurable. I didn't know there was a way that you could take the most shameful parts of you, the most painful parts of you, especially the ones of your past, the ones that we carry, the stories that live inside of us, and that we could make them pleasurable. I didn't know that from each most painful experience you've gone through, you could birth the most pleasurable and beautiful stories, that the most painful things that you wanted in your life, you subconsciously prayed for, as they're part of your message of what you're here to lead in this world. They're part of your message of what you're here to experience and offer to others, so that they can be guided into their own awakening and their own enlightenment. Omar, how are you? And so I want to just, I don't know, I just felt so called and so excited to share this message with you guys this morning of pain does not need to be how you live your life. There is a way of pleasure, there is a way of happiness, but it's a conscious choice. It's a choice of saying, you know what, I'm going to raise my hand and learn new practices. I'm going to raise my hand and learn new coping mechanisms. I'm going to allow myself to not walk this path alone, but be part of a community of people, to be vulnerable, to share myself. And when I do that, greatness will come. So anyway, I hope that was a really great way to start your morning off. I just felt called and passionate and thrilled. So with that, if you're like this conversation and you want to have a deeper conversation around this, where you want to tap into pleasure, you want to tap into desire, you want to take pain that's gone on in your life, serious pain, serious heartbreak, serious betrayal, things that you feel like, oh, this weight inside my body is weighing me down and I don't know what to do to make it better. I don't know what to do to take this pain, to take this weight inside of me and alchemize it into something that's ecstatic, into something that's blissful, into something that the memory of pain that can't even live inside of me because I'm only choosing to take the beauty. If that's you, then I highly recommend getting in my Pleasure Codes course. And all you have to do is message me Pleasure Codes. And you can do that just through Messenger. You can do it below, and I'll send you the details. We start February 15th, so it's very, very soon that we're coming up on it. And yeah, that's what I wanted to share. That's what I was excited about. And there's still something alive in me that wants to come out, and I'm feeling into what it is, or some message, some theme. I think a story that's really important I can share before I hop off on this, which is a really powerful, profound story. So one of my most painful experiences in life, I'd say two, I'd put it down to two. One was being diagnosed with cancer, and the second was going through an abortion within 6 days of my first missed period. And that was like a debilitating pain, right? Because that was like a pain of like, this was a decision that would forever alter your life. Like those decisions like divorce, those decisions like moving away out of your home city, leaving a relationship, choosing a different career path. Like these are like life altering moments where you're like, if I do this, like there's no going back. Like there's going to be pain in this. There's going to be disruption in my life. There's going to be habit changes. Like there's going to be things that happen when I do this that will forever change the trajectory of my life. So my abortion was one of that, right? And I was like, how is this ever like an abortion? How is this ever going to become okay? How am I ever going to feel happy and fulfilled and joyous? Like, how is this ever going to happen? Like, I just did something so horrific. And what I've learned in the Pleasure Codes, which is the course that I've created, which is the course that is launching, which is starting February 15th, is that even in the most horrific moments, even our most painful things like an abortion, like the most painful things of an identity switch, the most painful things of letting go of a relationship we love, in that deepest moment of pain, pleasure is always birthed. And it's allowing ourselves to curate a space for us to birth the story of pleasure, because everything that's happening in our life is simply a story we've made up. It's just a story that's in our mind from our imagination. And when you begin to understand, hey, Moriel, how to take pain, how to take the moment of something like an abortion, and you can take that and you can switch the story into something pleasurable, you now have unlimited power, because you're now know the secrets to, no matter what happens in your life, how to unlock pleasure, how to unlock desire, how to unlock beauty. And so that's the goal of this course. It's for you to know, no matter what's happened in your life, you can return to freedom, you can return to pleasure, you can return to desire, and you can do it with such ease and such grace that no matter what happens around you, no matter who betrays you, no matter what money issues, no matter what recession comes through, no matter the highs and lows of what the media is saying or the news is saying, that you know how to be solid and grounded in your truth and in your pleasure. And this is exactly what this course will give you. It will unlock your pleasure, your liberation, your freedom, your ecstatic bliss, your ability to connect with amazing people quickly, for your ability to have conflict resolution fast, for your ability to attract the right people that are meant to be in your life. This is what this course offers. This is what I'm so excited about to teach you, because if you would have told me that my life would be the way it is, I would have told you you're lying. So anyway, I love you guys, and I hope this served. Please let me know that you watched it. Please let me know your thoughts. Please let me know, like, yes, I'm in for the pleasure code. Send me details. And I can't wait for more of you to live in this place of erotic bliss, of ecstatic bliss, of beauty. So I love you, I honor you, and have the best Wednesday ever.